All right. Merci pour votre question. I guess the major challenge would be thinking in, trying to construct speeches in French and, thinking in French and speaking in a way that the natives can enjoy the the conversation. So when you're a native speaker of a language, it's easy to lapse into proverbs and idioms, into the colorful bits of the language. But when you are speaking in a language that is not your native language, then you tend to speak more, I suppose, more seriously without the elements of, you know, color, the proverbs, the figures of speech, so to speak, that make speech interesting. So I think learning to speak French like a native rather than school French, I always say uh, I learned French in school, so je parle le français comme étudiante. So I speak français à l'école, pas, come on. So not like a native. So I have to think about what I'm saying, so that might diminish the storytelling part of me, part that likes to tell stories. But I think that challenge, perhaps finding a mentor who speaks French, finding a mentor, a French-speaking mentor to review my speeches, that would be, a way to reintroduce growth. So to almost feel like I'm joining Toastmasters for the first time, but then, finding that there's always room to grow. And I think it's going to be very interesting.
Hmm. That's good, and I wish you a great experience. Okay, thank you, DTM Obey. Let's go to DTM U. Là, je peux parler en français. Ben, je parle en français et vous pourrez répondre en anglais, il n'y a vraiment pas de souci si vous voulez. Donc, DTM U. Oula, c'est ma question qui a fait fuir la caméra, je ne le vois plus. Ah, ok, c'est bon, d'accord. Donc, rebonsoir. DTM Hugues, pouvez-vous me dire un peu quelle est votre expérience du bilinguisme, si je puis le dire? Je sais que vous parlez à la fois français et anglais. Comment est-ce que cela est venu? Qu'est-ce que cela vous apporte? Et qu'est-ce que vous pensez que être dans un club bilingue peut apporter de significatif à quelqu'un, à un membre? 2 minutes.
Ok, merci. Alors, je pense que le bilinguisme, tous les Africains l'ont découvert déjà depuis l'enfance, même si ce n'est pas avec le français et l'anglais. C'est quelque chose que nous avons appris, avec lequel nous avons grandi dans nos langues paternelles et maternelles. Et donc, nous savons tous à quel point cela peut être important et même salvateur de se retrouver dans une communauté où vous pouvez converser dans une langue dans laquelle vous vous comprenez aisément. Et ça, c'est un peu là où vous découvrez à quel point parler plusieurs langues, ça ouvre les frontières, ça ouvre les portes. Donc, au moment de vouloir apprendre l'anglais, vous avez déjà une première expérience et donc vous savez déjà qu'en allant vers une langue supplémentaire, qui plus est la langue la plus parlée au monde, vous allez certainement gagner tellement en relations humaines, en expérience. Et c'est un peu ce qui m'a poussé vers l'anglais.
Ok, merci. Oups, je pense que ta connexion n'est pas très stable. Donc, en effet, comme je disais dans mon introduction, nous sommes dans un univers, un monde de collectivité, un monde international, un monde de multiculturalisme et du coup, parler une autre langue que la sienne, même si c'est pas les langues internationales, mais une autre langue que la sienne est toujours un avantage à ne pas négliger. Oui, DTM, tu es de retour, donc je vous laisse terminer.
Oui, non, j'avais déjà presque fini en disant que pour moi, l'anglais, c'était la prochaine étape. Et donc, j'y suis allé en utilisant les formats classiques. Et on a tous commencé par les chansons. C'est comme ça que j'ai découvert l'anglais.
Ok, cool. D'accord. Et qu'est-ce
Voilà.
que vous faites pour améliorer votre anglais au fur et à mesure, hein, parce que même dans le français, on a besoin de continuer à nourrir. C'est ça même l'essence d'une langue vivante, donc les langues vivantes que nous parlons. Et qu'est-ce que vous faites pour continuer d'améliorer votre anglais?
Alors, j'ai appris dans mon parcours que pour améliorer une langue, il faut quatre choses. Il faut le writing, le reading, le listening et le speaking. Et ce sont ces quatre éléments combinés qui font de vous l'excellent orateur. Et donc, le club Toastmasters bilingue offre justement cette opportunité-là parce que à Toastmasters, nous vivons quatre formes d'expérience. La première expérience, c'est de voir les gens faire. Généralement, vous êtes en position d'invité ou vous venez tout de suite de devenir membre. Ensuite, vous allez faire vous-même. Et là, vous rentrez de plein pied dans l'expérience. Après, vous allez avoir un retour sur ce que vous avez fait. Et c'est ça qui vous permet de grandir. Donc, c'est ça que nous appelons à Toastmasters l'évaluation. Et enfin, vous allez faire votre auto-évaluation. Parce que votre auto-évaluation vous permet d'intégrer également, en plus de ce que l'évaluateur vous dit, vos objectifs personnels pour passer d'une étape 1 à une étape 2. Et ce creuset-là, lorsque vous rajoutez la richesse des langues, français, anglais, permet à toute personne, même si elle vient à une session et qu'elle ne prend aucun rôle, elle va faire du listening. Donc, elle partira toujours avec quelque chose en plus. Si elle décide de prendre la parole au cours d'une session des improvisations, elle va faire du speaking. Si elle décide en plus de ça d'écrire un discours, elle va faire du reading et du writing. Voilà ce que je pense.
Merci beaucoup. Je note ces quatre points très, très importants. Those main points are really important for those who want to learn a new language, writing, reading, listening, speaking. And in Toastmaster, it is what we do, either in French, in English, in Portuguese, in Chinese, whatever language we use. So, yes, thank you for this reminder, this new idea for those who didn't have it. Welcome, DTM Zalia. I hope you're doing great.
Thank you very much, DTM Amelia, Bessie. Hi, everyone.
Okay,
Happy to be
so
with
I
you.
will come. Happy to have you. DTM Aimé, à nous maintenant.
Oui, je
Alors,
suis à vous. Alors, je vous écoute.
Alors, les parcours de Toastmasters sont en anglais d'office. Est-ce que vous les choisissez, vous, en anglais ou vous choisissez en français?
Vous voulez parler du parcours d'apprentissage, n'est-ce pas?
D'apprentissage. C'est
D'accord.
pas comme on appelle.
Alors, mon cas est un peu spécifique.
Ah, j'adore.
De
Allons-y.
2010 à 2018, donc 8 années, pendant 8 années, j'ai fait mon premier parcours en français avec l'ancien programme de Toastmasters International pour devenir distingué Toastmaster. Le Pathways est venu nous rejoindre après. J'ai appris à connaître ce nouveau parcours d'apprentissage. Je l'ai adopté et je m'apprête à reprendre le parcours des Pathways. Je suis déjà enrôlé avec la filière coaching efficace et
Bien sûr.
de le faire en français. Mais dans la vie courante, je parle aussi bien le français, déjà même par impératif professionnel, je pratique l'anglais, mais plus le français que l'anglais. Et je vous disais que mon cas est particulier parce que de façon personnelle, je suis un amoureux des langues. Je vais vous faire sourire. Je vais vous faire sourire en disant que j'ai appris le français comme langue officielle de base, l'anglais, l'espagnol pendant 7 ans. J'ai appris un peu l'allemand. J'ai commencé le chinois et le japonais que j'ai abandonné. Entre-temps, je suis allé vers le portugais et le créole. Et
Mon Dieu.
l'arabe me fait les yeux doux. Donc,
Oh là 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 là.
alors c'est pour vous dire que très tôt, j'ai compris que savoir parler plusieurs langues vous donne l'opportunité d'être partout. Et puisque je travaille aux Nations Unies, j'avais comme rêve d'enfant, ou rêve d'adolescent si vous voulez, un jour de devenir secrétaire général des Nations Unies. Le rêve est grand, n'est-ce pas? Mais le chemin pour y arriver n'est pas petit. Donc, très tôt, j'ai compris que le multilinguisme va être pour moi un atout premier. Et aujourd'hui, avant de revenir à Toastmasters International, vous ne pouvez pas accéder à un poste de secrétaire général des Nations Unies sans subir le grand oral devant les pays membres des Nations Unies. Et on vous pose des questions dans plusieurs langues. Vous allez voir que la plupart de nos secrétaires généraux parlent plusieurs langues, pas seulement le français et l'anglais. Alors, pour revenir à Toastmasters International, je trouve que c'est un atout sérieux de créer ce brassage entre les membres de différents pays, de différents continents qui parlent plusieurs langues. C'est un atout important parce que quand je porte mon épinglette, bon là je ne l'ai pas, quand j'arbore mon épinglette Toastmasters et que je vais au Ghana, le Toastmaster qui voit que j'ai cette épinglette va rentrer en communication avec moi. Il faut donc qu'il n'y ait pas de barrière linguistique. Si je vais au Cap-Vert et qu'il y a des Toastmasters là-bas, s'ils voient mon épinglette, parce que vous savez, l'épinglette, en principe, on doit la porter, l'arborer partout où besoin est. Ça peut servir de moyen de recrutement. Ça peut servir à déclencher quelque chose qui poussera quelqu'un à créer un club quelque part où il n'y en a pas. Si vous lui expliquez
Absolument.
et que vous faites bien le marketing de Toastmasters International. Autrement dit, ça devrait être nos limites, nos barrières. Partout où on passe, notre épinglette ou l'insigne Toastmasters doit nous permettre de rentrer en communication facile avec les autres. Donc, les clubs qui sont multilingues ou qui sont bilingues, français-anglais, sont en principe des clubs à soutenir, des clubs à promouvoir. Bien entendu, il y a des difficultés dans beaucoup de pays où il y a des clubs bilingues. Il y a des difficultés et je crois que le creuset est bon pour en parler.
Voilà, on reviendra aux difficultés tout à l'heure lors des deuxième tour de parole. Donc, merci beaucoup, DTM Aimé, pour ces mises en lumière. En effet, waouh, quel bagage linguistique. Peut-être que bientôt nous aurons la création d'un club hispanophone. En tout cas, we keep fingers crossed for that, and we hope that soon we will have a Hispanic club in the district 130. Why not?
Sería muy feliz. Sería muy feliz.
Ah, oh, voyez, moi je comprends pas espagnol. Il faut pas me mettre à mal ici. But it's fine. Okay, before we continue, please, dear Zoom master or dear interpreters, I just want to make sure that our Anglophone friends are able to stay with us with interpretation. Does it work? Okay, good. I can see that the interpretation is available. Okay, let's continue. So, dear Toastmaster, dear DTM Zalia Mantoro Itrauko. So, you member of 3 or 4 clubs in Ouagadougou, both in French and in English. Can you share in 2 minutes your experience being navigating between both language? How is it? What does it take from you?
Thank you, moderator Amelia, for the floor. I'm happy to say that I do not have so many languages as my friend DTM Emehisu. We counted about 10 to 12 languages for just one person. I can only say that I speak English, French, German, Spanish, and I revert back to local languages, and I can speak a few of them. That's all I can say. Now, talking about Toastmasters, I started my Toastmaster career with the Club Baobab, and they operate in French. So I actually went to Baobab because I saw this on television, and I said, I'm going to join this club just because of the language and also the term Baobab. This is gigantic. It's a big tree in my mind. And when it thrives, it's going to bear fruit. So I went to Baobab. I used to do my speeches in French, in Baobab. And when I go back to IE, I start again. And this has cost me a lot of time, a lot of investment, because speaking in one club, I did not move. I go back and start again from square one. And I was penalized to some extent. But now I understand that Toastmaster does not require this. Provided you speak and you use the objectives of your program, you can just move forward. You can use the language, whether it's French or English, to communicate with your people and advance with your program. So when I understood this, it was too late because I had already turned into DTM, and I'm now starting the new program with the pathways. Very challenging, but I'm in and ready to make it happen. So for me, being able to navigate in both languages, being multicultural is a big advantage in this world. It's a huge advantage because it allows you to be able to talk to anyone, to understand a lot, because readers are leaders and leaders are readers. Whenever you have a chance to read, you can read many books in English, maybe 5 to 10 years before they are translated and put on the marketplace. So you are in advance to some extent. And if I quote Nelson Mandela, Nelson Mandela said, if you speak to me using a foreign language, you are speaking to my mind. But if you speak to me in my mother tongue, you are speaking to my heart. So this is very important. We have both the heart and the reason and the mind, and we need to use both of them to make a beautiful world for ourselves. So when you look at this, you have to adapt. Adaptability is the thing that is needed in today's world. Being able to communicate is one thing. Being able to be adaptable is something else. So if you have both and you use both skills together, I believe you can make a nice world for yourself and for the people you are serving. Because Toastmasters is about serving, is about integrity, it's about respecting the people we are serving, and it's also about, you cannot respect somebody you do not love. There is no way you can do this. You have to have some sort of compassion for that person in order to be able to respect the person. So the rise brought me to Toastmasters, and being in this environment, multicultural environment, as a former Peace Corps, Associate Peace Corps Director, so I traveled a little bit around, and I use this multicultural environment that I enjoyed, I thrived in it. So it's very important for me to be able to communicate in French and in English. And there are some people who are willing to take my path. I'm willing to stop, and together we can have a journey and have a nice one.
Right.
So
Sure.
I don't know if I still have a few minutes left, but I just
I
wanted
will
to
come
say
back.
that.
I will come
Okay,
back to
thank
you
you.
first. Thank you,
Thank you.
DTM. So, yeah, thank you. Bon, je reprends rapidement en français. Donc, merci beaucoup, DTM Zalia. En effet, lorsque nous voulons servir nos camarades, nous voulons servir notre communauté, nous pouvons les servir plutôt en ne parlant qu'une langue. Il n'y a absolument aucun problème. Mais nous serons d'une certaine manière limités. Et il est très intéressant de pouvoir avoir d'autres langues dans notre bagage, surtout lorsque nous voulons aller à un niveau important, à un niveau un peu plus élevé. Et à Toastmasters, nous encourageons les membres à briguer des rôles de leadership, directeur de secteur, de division, au niveau du district. Et il est très intéressant de pouvoir être à l'aise ou en tout cas avoir des notions solides dans les deux langues du district. So, back to you, DTM Omei. You earlier said that it might be a bit challenging for you to think in French, to construct speeches in French. So I guess that you've started thinking how you will manage to do that, the tools, the clues, the keys, the steps you would take to reach your goal. Can you share with us what do you think can be very useful for the new members of this club who want to both enhance their leadership skills, their communication skills, and improve their French skills or learn at least French?
All right, thank you for the question. I think the first thing would be to have courage. So I guess I'll say it en français. Je pense que la la première chose est le courage. So whether or not you speak well or not, just speak. Si tu parles très mal ou si tu parles très bon, très bien, just speak in French or in English. And that is the way that we speak in Toastmasters. That's the way that we learn in Toastmasters. So my advice to everyone who's joining this club and who might not be confident in one language would be, take that step. So hopefully, if I do pay my dues with this club, which I'm now considering, giving my icebreaker in French, it would be hopefully something that will encourage other members as well, to do that. And it was interesting to hear the other speakers, talking about how many languages they speak, French, Spanish, German. I'm like, you people are, but our levels are so different. I always say my native language is English, because that's the language that I'm most confident speaking in, not even, local Nigerian languages, but for various reasons. So, just taking that step. So I know we're all at different levels. My French is sometimes good, sometimes bad, depends, I think. But um, I'll also say doing the simple things like watching more speeches in French. So for people who are seeking to learn French like me, um, just listening more. So I think for everyone who's looking to learn a new language, there's something about the language that they find challenging. For me, it is listening in French that is difficult. Speaking can be easier. So one of the skills that we learn in Toastmasters, of course, is the skill of listening, the skill of paying attention. So taking on roles for instance, like grammarian, so listening for the use of words in both French and English. That will be challenging if you don't pick up in either language. But the first time you do it might be hard, but the second time, the third time, you find that you're improving. And as you're constructing your speeches, strengthening your verbs, your conjugation, you find that you're improving. And who knows, maybe next year, and then at the conference in Gabon, we might have a native English speaker contesting in the the French contest. That would be exciting. I don't think we've ever really had that because we usually have French speakers contesting in the English contest, but les Nigériens, les Ghanaians, we never, you know, you know, never, ever, ever. So, but I think now I think there's a challenge. There is a challenge to us. And who knows, maybe I'll contest in 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 that if I take the next 6 to 10 months to improve. So I think the possibilities truly are endless, and it's very exciting at this stage of my life to be looking at ways to improve my French. And I think by extension, my ability to think critically, to interact with people more creatively, and to as usual, as always, step out of my comfort zone. And I hope that also all as members of this club will do this collectively.
Good. Okay, thank you. So let's come back to the TM Image, the multilingual leader, the polyglot, our own polyglot, 130. Okay, the TM Image, you were about to talk about the challenges. Can you tell us more about that? The
Yes,
challenges.
let me tell you that in my own country, we have Universal Toastmasters Club of Cotonou, which delivers sessions in English. And we have a bilingual club, Sapphire Toastmasters Club of Cotonou. At the time, we had another club, Trailblazers, that has disappeared when I was area director because of challenges. Many people think that coming in a English club, Toastmasters club, is for them a way to learn English. But I think that you need to have basic knowledge of the language before before joining a Toastmaster club. You come to perform your competencies, your skills in communication and leadership. But if you are a beginner or you have a beginner level before joining a club, it will be very hard for you to perform, to deliver speeches, to play roles, and come to your objectives. So, this is the first challenge. And while recruiting new members, normally the bilingual clubs should focus on those who have specific needs. If you do not choose well the newcomers at a time, if the objectives are not fulfilled, they will simply disappear. This is another challenge because if members do not pay the fees, you know that club enters in difficulty area. Another challenge is that what is the quality of sessions? Sessions should be attractive. How can we organize our meetings so that people who come, the future members, can see that there are a huge opportunity for them to develop themselves, to go beyond the barriers. That is why we should think again and again about how to build efficient bilingual clubs with good with a good quality sessions. How to focus on those who are able to make the path or to run the path with a minimum of knowledge. These are my thoughts at this time about challenges.
Okay, thank you, DTM Polyglot. I'll start calling you this way from now on. Okay, thank you. So, DTM Zalia Mantoro. DTM Amy just said that we should work on organizing attractive sessions to attract and keep members. How do you think this can be done? What what advices would you give to this new club executive committee members?
Thank you, dear moderator. If I got you very well, it means working with clubs to be successful would require commitment from its members. If they are really committed, because I was a dual member from Baobab, and I go to 2IE, and I do my presentations I deliver my presentations in English, which means that most of the people who are in French clubs or English clubs could do the same. And doing the same would allow you to get the best of both worlds. Because when you have this, communication is nothing else but being able to understand what is behind the words, what is behind the body language, what is behind the silence, and the values and the culture that the language conveys. Because once you understand this, it becomes easy to connect with other people. You can connect easily with Anglophone people. And if you are somebody like Aimé Jesu, who is an international polyglot, you can connect with anybody else. So for members to be able to navigate in French and in English, it would be easier for them if they persevere. Because being perseverant is very good for them, and they would not give up no matter what. Do exactly what Omei Bongo did right now. Thank you. I've seen it's time. So thank you.
Okay, thank you. That's perfect because you just answered to my next question. The question I was about to direct towards DTMU. So I will ask again the question I asked to DTM Zalia to DTMU. So DTMU, please, can you give advices to the executive committee on how they can build, they can construct the sessions so that they are attractive, so that they can attract members and keep members and encourage the members to pay the fee, please. I can see that we are running out of time, so DTM Hugues will be the last panelist.
Yeah, thank you. DTM Amelia, we don't have much time, so I'm probably just gonna say that it's important to make the impromptu session very fun and very diverse. So people can jump in and just participate, whether it's in French or in English. That's probably the only thing I'm gonna advise the committee to do. Thank you.
Come to stage phase, whether in English or in French. they can be interesting. Okay, thank you, DTM. Merci beaucoup, chers panélistes. Je sais pas, c'est vrai que nous avions 45 minutes, cher chronométreur, c'est ça? How many times did we have? 45, right?
But they're over.
Comment?
The 45 minutes are over.
Okay, they're over, so I'm going to conclude. Alors, chers officiers du nouveau club multilingue, les conseils que nous avons reçus de la part de nos panélistes sont à prendre en compte. Les partages d'expériences sont à prendre en compte afin que l'expérience Toastmaster de vos membres soit au second, afin que votre club puisse procurer un moment d'apprentissage qui donne envie aux membres de rejoindre le club, mais beaucoup plus important de rester dans le club et de renouveler leur cotisation. Donc, n'hésitez pas. Mettez-leur à disposition des espaces d'expression, des espaces où ils pourront pratiquer, parce que c'est généralement cela, que ce soit dans les clubs uniquement français ou uniquement anglais, c'est quelquefois le défi. Les membres viennent et ils repartent frustrés parce qu'ils n'ont pas le sentiment d'avoir vraiment de l'espace pour pratiquer ce qu'ils sont venus apprendre. Donc, l'art oratoire, mettez-leur des espaces. N'hésitez pas à avoir des sessions d'improvisation. N'hésitez pas à avoir des sessions de débat. N'oubliez pas que le débat également fait partie des moments d'apprentissage à Toastmasters. Ce ne sont pas uniquement les discours, les formations, ce qui est très important, mais les débats, les moments d'improvisation, ce sont les moments à valoriser. N'hésitez pas à leur partager aussi des liens d'autres clubs, des clubs francophones, des clubs anglophones, pour leur permettre de découvrir ce qui se fait, d'enrichir leur vocabulaire, mais également de se nourrir de ce que d'autres ont déjà pratiqué. Je voudrais finir avec ceci. I want to conclude with this. Go for this experience fearless, dear members. Take courage. Try. Be bold. Do not hesitate. Once someone taught me that when you speak in a language with a foreign accent, that means that you already speak another language. So this new language is just an addition for you. So it is a plus for you. It is an opportunity for you to create bonds, to go for other cultures. So do not hesitate. Practice. There is nobody here to judge you. There is nobody here to tell that you're not doing good. The only thing people will do is to correct you so that you can improve your English or your French. So do not hesitate to go to other clubs and to learn from them. This was DTM Amelia, and I was your humble moderator for this panelist. I hope you learned a lot. Thank you. Back to you,
Thank you very much, DTM Amelia and the panelists. Thank you to DTM Zalia Montoro Ouedraogo. Thank you, Toastmaster Ome Bongos, DTM, Toastmaster Eme Isu, DTM, Hugues Lokasa, DTM. Thank you for your wonderful experience that you share with the Toastmaster. We really appreciate it, and we learn a lot. What is it to be in a bilingual environment, how to foster membership in Toastmasters in bilingual, the challenges, the stakes, and the opportunities that we have. I would like to invite you to move with me to the next step of our agenda, which is we have, as planned in the agenda, we'll have inaugurations of offices. For this segment, we'll have a DTM, a very dynamic Toastmaster, Abubakar Gimba, who is a program manager with proficiency in innovative planning and presentation mastery. He is in charge of management expert who believes in the pursuit of excellence and making a difference no matter how little. He joined Toastmasters in 2018, and he currently serves as the director for Division D. His favorite quote is, "A little knowledge is a dangerous thing," by Alexander Pope. Fellow Toastmasters, distinguished esteemed guests, help me to welcome DTM Abubakar Gimba for the inauguration. The floor is yours, DTM Abubakar.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster of the Day. What an amazing job you're doing. Thank you. Good evening once again, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I would like to invite the Club VPPR to please share the slides of the charter members so we can get on with the celebration. Because of time, I would like us to make it snappy. I would also like to recognize the presence of district leaders on the call. We have the Quality Assurance Manager, distinguished Toastmaster Chuks Mwabweze. Good evening, sir. We also have the immediate past finance manager, distinguished Mr. Chidi. Thank you very much. I see a lot of leaders on this call. We have immediate past division director, just DTM Ume. We also have quite a number of leaders that I won't be able to go through, but thank you so much and good evening once again. Do we have the slides? I agree. Okay, I think it's coming up. Yes, so I would like us to share the slides with the charter members, because today is truly a special day, the 28th of August. This is the very first meeting of Toastmasters Multilingues, the very first meeting of a new club, a new family, and a new home. So it's a very special occasion, and we need to celebrate every single one that made it possible. So, is this what we are working with? Okay, all right. Thank you very much. Now, I want to say to every single charter member, congratulations. You've made history. From now till the end of time, when they look up LTM and they look at the dashboard and they look at the charter member list, your name will be there. So congratulations. You are the pioneers of this club. You are the foundation as well. You are the ones who were bold enough to believe in this dream and you made it real. So thank you. And this is not just like a community or a collection of people that come together to learn a different language. It's really where it's a new Toastmasters club, which means voices are going to be created, confidences will be boosted, leaders will be created, fears and incompetencies will be exaggerated, and also people would be able to find themselves. And because of you, this is possible. When this club is thriving 10, 20 years from now, you would look back with pride that you were a part of this. So thank you very much. We celebrate you, your courage, your efforts, your commitment, and your vision. And with this, I would like to say welcome to the Division D family, Division D for distinguished. We are proud of you all. Now, I would like to quickly inaugurate the leaders as well, because we don't really have much time, and I want us to end the very first meeting that end on time. So I would like to, as I call the names of the officers, I would like you to open up your camera and unmute your microphones. So the first on the list is the Sergeant at Arms, Mr. Ibrahim Ajani. Please, let's see you. The Treasurer, Charles Melissa. The Secretary, Chinedu Omenkuku. The Vice President, Public Relations, Bimbo Adesanya. The Vice President, Membership, Distinguished Toastmaster Ayatollah Olaraju. And the Vice President, Education, Queen Mpubre. Then also the President, Wilfred Ajapa. So please, let's have you on the call. So these are the charter members. The slides are written for us to see. So these are the people, these are your heroes. These are the people who saw the vision, invested in it, and ran with it. So again, please, the officers that I mentioned, let me see your camera. because otherwise I wouldn't know if you would be accepting the oath or not. And I want to be able to hold you responsible when I see that the club is not smoothly distinguished at the end of the mandate. I would like to be able to look back on this day and remind you that you promised to make it happen. So let's see you. Okay, it's fine. President distinguished. You doesn't have to be smoothly distinguished. President distinguished. You can come on. There's no need to be afraid. But I have to say, from President distinguished, I am not backing down. All right, I can see the president. Okay, very good. I can see the treasurer. All right, that leaves us with the secretary and the vice president membership. The immediate past charter division D director, distinguished Toastmaster Ayoshala Olariwaju. We are fortunate enough to have her as a club exco. Okay, so please, yes, just two more. Yes, there you go. Mr. Secretary, I don't see you. Mr. Sergeant at Arms, I know you are on the call. Okay, I don't see him anymore. Okay, I see him. He's still there. I just don't see you. So please switch on your camera. Again, for the sake of time, I would like to imagine that your camera is on. So, officers, congratulations on being elected as charter club leaders. If you are asked to switch on your camera and you're not, imagine the message you're sending to your people. So, yes, okay, very good, very good. We have just the treasury, okay, just the treasury secretary remaining now. Mr. Secretary, let's see you. Okay. Congratulations once again for your election. I would like to take advantage of this opportunity to welcome you to the leadership fold of the club. The club is where the magic happens. I was telling a club earlier that the World Championship of Public Speaking, the winner learned what it took to win at a club level. So the club level is where the transformation happens, and it happens because of the leaders. The leaders create the atmosphere for the members, and then the members grow. So I want to also prepare you for the challenges that lie ahead. Your collective challenge is to make this club strong, dedicated to helping people from all walks of life, as you can see now, not just your language, but other languages as well, and to listen with sensitivity, think creatively, and speak in an effective manner. I will not go over all the single roles, but I'd like to address you all at once. So the responsibility of each officer for the benefit of those that are guests on this call or non-excos or aspiring excos, I would post this on the chat box. But I would like to believe that all the 7 excos on this call know what is expected of them. Unfortunately, there's no 8-1, the immediate past president. But of course, from next mandate, we'll begin to have one. Now, all of you are members of your club, as well as leaders of your club. A team is more than just a collection of people. It's an emotional force rooted in the feelings, thoughts, and actions of all members with the common goal of achievement, sharing, and mutual support. Work with your team members, work with each other to create a healthy, dynamic club, a club of which everyone will be proud. Remember, the success of Toastmasters Multilingues depends on your success, especially at this time that the club is in its infant stages, a very fragile and volatile stage. We've had clubs that were given birth to and they went under in 6 months. We don't want that to happen for your club. So you are responsible for making sure that that growth happens, and the success of this club entirely depends on your own success for this mandate. So I would like to address you, the president, Mr. President. I would like you to unmute your microphone and respond to this. On behalf of your team, will you, as president, accept this challenge and perform the duties to the best of your abilities?
Oui, DTM Aboubakar Gimba, j'accepte cette responsabilité. I accept your responsibility.
Merci beaucoup, merci beaucoup. Très bien, très bien, très bien. It is now my pleasure to declare these Toastmasters installed into the offices to which they have been elected. And now I would like us all to accept our responsibility as members. Now, I'm also a member, so I would like to address myself. Do we, as members, agree to support our club officers by showing up for meetings, completing our speeches, completing evaluations, mentorship and receiving mentorships, and generally being there for our clubs? We. Yes.
Yes,
All
we
right.
do.
So thank you very much, Mr. President. I would like to install the authority of being president to you, and I wish you a very successful year. And I would like to hand control back to you. Let's hear your acceptance speech as club president. We will not let you go free today. Lead us by addressing us. Thank you.
Thank you, DTM Aboubakar Kimba. Chers collègues, chers officiers de district, chers directeurs de division, présidents de club, distingués Toastmasters, bonsoir. Recevez mes chaleureux mots de bienvenue à cette magnifique session inaugurale de notre cher club, les Toastmasters Multilingues. Au commencement, au début, était la parole. Et la parole était Dieu. Et la parole était Dieu. Cette parole est la première phrase de l'évangile de Saint Jean dans la Bible. Beaucoup se demandent certainement si je suis un pasteur ou un prêtre. Je dirais non. J'ai juste à emprunter cette phrase, symbole de puissance créatrice, pour faire une analogie entre le leader et la vision. Je dirais, si on remplace tout simplement parole par vision et Dieu par leader, je dirais au commencement était la vision et la vision était avec le leader et le leader était la vision. Et enfin, la vision s'est matérialisée. C'est par ce magnifique processus qu'a vu le jour le premier club du district 130 pour la mandature 2025-2026, les Toastmasters Multilingues. Je voudrais rendre un vibrant hommage à tous ces leaders qui, par leur vision, ont rendu possible ce rêve. La vision étant matérialisée, elle poursuivra lentement mais sûrement sa transformation vers le succès, vers la performance. Que dis-je? Vers l'excellence. C'est dans cette marche que chacun des membres découvrira encore d'autres facettes de leur potentiel qui s'exprimeront dans toute leur splendeur. Ce club n'est pas un club de trop dans l'univers Toastmaster, mais un club qui marquera une empreinte et écrira de sublimes pages de son histoire. Il y a quelque chose de spécial que j'admire à Toastmaster. Vous le devinez peut-être, c'est l'audace, c'est le courage, cette capacité à aller au-delà de nos limites. C'est ce qui a conduit les divers Toastmasters de diverses nationalités à désormais briser les barrières linguistiques pour une expérience d'apprentissage unique, enrichissante et conviviale. Les Toastmasters multilingues est le lieu de convergence des orateurs et leaders venant de divers horizons. Et à mes côtés, j'ai une équipe expérimentée mais humble, travailleuse et engagée à faire de ce club un pionnier de la méthode Toastmaster dans le brassage culturel, linguistique et le réseautage. À nos côtés aussi, comme vous l'avez dit, nous avons des membres de club engagés qui partageront avec nous le savoir. Ensemble, nous travaillerons pour la progression de chaque membre et ensemble, nous continuerons à relever et à affiner le potentiel caché en chacun de nous. I know that many people are watching me because they don't understand what I'm saying. I will try to translate in English. Ladies and gentlemen, dear district and division and club officer, fellow Toastmasters. Welcome to this very special and truly unique inaugural meeting of our new club, the Multilingual Toastmasters Club. In the Gospel of John, it is written, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God." Now, before you wonder if I'm a pastor or a priest, rest assured I'm not. I borrow this word, a symbol of creative power, to draw a parallel between leaders and vision. What if I said instead, in the beginning was the vision, and the vision was with the leader, and the leader was the vision, and in time, the vision became reality. That is how the very first new club of District 130 for this term was born, the Multilingual Toastmasters Club. I want to pay heartfelt tribute to the leaders whose vision and determination turned this dream into reality. Now that this vision has come to life, it will continue steadily and surely on its journey towards success, growth, and ultimately excellence. This club is not just another club. It is a club with a unique identity, one that will make its mark and write inspiring new page in history. There is one quality I admire deeply in Toastmasters. Can you guess it? It's the courage. The courage to step beyond one's limits. The courage that has brought together people of many nations, breaking through language barrier to create a truly enriching and welcoming learning experience. The Multilingual Toastmaster Club is a meeting point for speakers and leaders from all walks of life. I'm proud to be surrounded by a team that is experienced but humble, hardworking but joyful, fully committed to making this club a pioneer in cultural exchange, language, diversity, and meaningful network. Together we will advance, together we will unlock and refine the hidden potential within each one of us. And because yes, dear colleague, thank you very much for your listening. Together, we will do our best to raise the challenge. DTM Abubakar, you can take the control.
Thank you very much. Thank you. That was wonderful. That was powerful. That was profound. I feel more comfortable knowing that you are leading the helm of affairs. So thank you very much. I would like to hand control back to the Toastmaster of the day to help us proceed with the meeting. Thank you very much.
Thank you, DTM Abubakar Gimba, and the newly inaugurated team. We wish you all the best, and we wish to this club success and prosperity. Fellow Toastmasters and the guests, esteemed guests, now we're heading to the last portion of our meeting, which is the evaluation section. And without further ado, because we are running out of time, I would like to call on our Toastmaster, our general evaluator, Toastmaster Kofo Worola Jagun. Sorry for, I'm struggling to say it correctly.
That's fine. It's
yeah,
Kofo, but it can be a mouthful.
Okay, great. So I will please take the floor in the virtual lecture for your evaluation.
Okay, thank you very much. Before we proceed to the role players evaluation, I would like to call on the table topics evaluation to give our evaluation of the table topic session. Toastmaster Joy, you have the floor.
Merci beaucoup, Madam General Evaluator. I'll be evaluating the table topic session Thank you for giving me the virtual LinkedIn. I'll start with evaluating the table topics master. Apologies, I forgot her name. She talked about the theme of the table topic session as children, which was very good because she then explained why she did that. She was able to also explain the timing rules for the meeting, and she also ensured that that she played the role very well. What I liked about what she did was to ask for, she explained the topic very well, that's children, and she gave questions that were really explicit and made the people who responded to think. What I would have loved her to do better was to ask people prior to the time so that she would not have to start looking for people, because once or twice she then called on other role players to volunteer for the table topic session. The word of the day was not used by her or anybody. The word of the day, Genesis, wasn't used. So next time, please incorporate the word of the day. The first speaker was Ariana. Ariana, you did fantastically well. The question was, your 6-year-old child has just lost your grandmother. And I think what you did well was that you used your video. Your video was on. We could see you. We could see your smile. Well done. You greeted everybody. And you actually, when you finished your speech, you summarized the main points of your speech, which was very good. And you said that life is a path. It is good to not be sad. And that was what you told your daughter. Well done. The next speaker, Idris, your question was, your 8-year-old son burst into tears. I'm useless. I like the way you approached that question. You were so calm. You were very confident. You gave a motivational speech, which could go for a master class anywhere. Well done. What would I have wanted you to do better? You should have included a story, probably to really buttress the points about how it has happened, and so that we can connect with you. The next speaker was Jumoke, question 3. Your 4-year-old son refused to give his can't really remember his aunt a kiss. His aunt a kiss. What did I like that you did? You smiled a lot. We connected with you. You also said that a little kiss should not be pressured, and that you will go down on your knees. I could actually see you going down on your knees. The words that you used were really very expressive. And I like the fact that you also smiled a lot. A fantastic delivery that you did there. Then the next speaker was Isaac. Isaac, your question was, should social media be forbidden for a 12-year-old? I like the fact that you asked for the question to be repeated, because the question was rather long, so that you could gather your thoughts and you were able to then speak about the topic. And you answered the question that social media is not bad, and you gave reasons for it. What would I have loved you to do better? Perhaps you should have expatiated on the topic, though the timer said you spoke within time, but I felt that you didn't really do much. You didn't really speak up. Your voice was low. The tone was flat. I would encourage you to be a bit more lively and put a bit more live when you speak. But well done. Keep speaking. The last but definitely not the least speaker was Mina. Mina, your 6-year-old pointed at you and asked, why don't I have that? Wow, it was an amazing question. And the way you answered, it was like you were preparing for a master class on puberty. You defined puberty, gave us a session on sex education. It was like you had prepared for this course. for this topic as a course. I wonder if you're a doctor or a counselor. Well done. What would I have loved you to do better? You didn't use your video. I would have loved to see you and the way you were expressing that discussion point to your 6-year-old. Overall, I think this session was fantastic. Everybody did very well. Impromptu speaking is not easy, but we all tried to just make a point where we were called upon. I would like to encourage us to keep speaking, because that is how we can only get better. Bonsoir, chers Toastmasters. Over to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Joy. Thank you very much for the beautiful evaluation. Maintenant, je veux appeler le premier membre de mon équipe, le grammairien. Le grammairien pour cette réunion est Toastmaster Idriss Yaye. Toastmaster Idriss Yaye, l'étage, c'est pour vous. C'est pour vous.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator. Being that we are the genesis of this bilingual journey, that is this club, I expected as a grammarian that there would be some challenges blending both French and English. But I've been pleasantly surprised that all participants and speakers today have embraced the spirit of this club quite perfectly. As the saying goes, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and today, it was ours. Alors, pour commencer, je passe en français. Je pense que nous avons tous été tellement émus par cette première session que nous avons oublié le mot du jour. Car corrigez-moi si je me trompe, mais je n'ai répertorié aucun usage de ce mot. Mais ce n'est que partie remise, car je suis sûr que le mot genèse, nous le garderons très près de notre cœur. Allons donc sans plus tarder aux usages grammaticalement incorrects des deux langues. Je n'ai que 2 commentaires à faire en général. À l'égard des francophones, quand nous parlons en anglais à la 3e personne, les verbes conjugués au présent prennent un S à la fin. Par exemple, he speaks instead of he speak. She talks instead of she talk. Une différence de prononciation minuscule, mais assez importante. For the English speakers, in French, nouns are preceded by articles. Definite articles such as le, la, les, and indefinite articles such as un, une, des. So be mindful when speaking not to forget them. And to finish, I would like to end on some linguistic gems that I was able to gather throughout the session. From our dear DTM Amelia Bazi, she used the word décortiquer in French, which means to dissect in English. Dissecting a being or dissecting a word or a theme or a subject. Very interesting word. DTM Ome Bongo also, while talking about her French learning journey, gave us a wonderful quote coming from herself, which she says, je pense que la première chose, c'est le courage, while speaking about her learning journey in French. Then DTM Locoso Hughes gave us the 4 keystones of learning a language: writing, reading, listening, and speaking. He also used a very interesting word in French, un creuset, which means a melting pot in English. It is used in a metaphorical sense to refer to a place where things, ideas, and people mix, which I believe is quite adequate for today's session. And finally, I wouldn't be able to finish without mentioning DT Eme's quote by Nelson Mandela. If you speak to me in a foreign language, you're speaking to my mind. But if you speak to me in my mother tongue, you're speaking to my heart. Sur ce, Madame l'évaluatrice générale, je conclus mon rapport et vous rends le lutrin virtuel. Merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup, Toastmaster Idris. I would like to call on the next member of my team, who is the timer. Toastmaster Retha, you have the floor.
Merci beaucoup, our general evaluator. Thank you, everyone. We have had an amazing evening. Time, they say, is the most valuable thing a man can spend, and we have surely spent this time very wisely. A lot of us have done well in the use of the time. We have overshot by a few minutes. It's understandable when you're having a good time. Time flies fast, like the quote said earlier, but do remember that you are the pilot. So keep being in control of the time. It's been my pleasure serving as the timer for tonight's evening. It's the genesis of this club has really been amazing, and we look forward to many more beautiful times together. Thank you so much. Bonsoir. Au revoir.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Aretha. Our next role player for today is the accountant, Toastmaster Michael Nosiri. You have the floor.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator. It's been an amazing evening, I must say. I'm back here with my R counting report. Very interesting, I must say, today's R counting. Okay. Toastmaster Isaac used the word once. Toastmaster Jumoke once. Toastmaster Ariane so twice. Toastmaster of the day used 6 times. Our table topics evaluator, Toastmaster Joy, used the words 7 times. Table topics master used the word so 5 times. And 3 times. Toastmaster Amela, okay, she used the word both in French and in English. She used the word in French 4 times, 3 times, twice. In English, she used the word 7 times. Toastmaster Omei Bongo, she used the words 5 times, 6 times, 5 times. Our interpreter of the day, the much I could hear from him, used the word 5 times, 3 times. Like I said, pause fillers are like weeds in the garden. Clear them and see how your words blossoms from an anonymous Toastmaster. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Michael Nosiri. Le quatrième membre de mon équipe est le évaluateur de d'écoute, évaluateur d'écoute, and Toastmaster Tresor, les tâches et pour vous.
Madame l'évaluatrice générale, merci pour la parole. Comme je l'ai dit dans la présentation de mon rôle, je vais poser 3 questions pour apprécier la qualité de l'écoute. La première personne que je veux interroger, c'est la Toastmaster Ariane. Est-ce qu'elle est toujours là? Toastmaster Ariane? Elle n'est pas là, d'accord. Toastmaster Noziri. Toastmaster Noziri? Non plus. Toastmaster Igolo.
I hear my name.
Ah, d'accord. Toastmaster Noziri. What was the theme of table topic session?
Children.
Children, good. Bonne réponse. Deuxième question. Toastmaster Igolo, il est là ou elle est là? Je ne sais pas si c'est une femme ou un homme. Non. Toastmaster Fiyin. J'espère que je prononce bien le nom, hein. Toastmaster Adebayo. Toastmaster Adebayo. Toastmaster Yaye. Bon. Toastmaster Queen. Ok, d'accord.
Allô? Quel
Oui,
Yaye?
Yaye, d'accord. Toastmaster Yaye.
J'ai pris
What?
ça en cours, hein? Donc si je ne comprends pas, je vais éteindre mon micro.
Non, c'est une question facile.
Mhm.
Why being bilingual or multicultural is important for us?
Okay, I will maybe respond by my own thinking because I didn't really get the answer to that. I don't know if somebody responded to it. But I think being bilingual is so important. When I heard the DTM who speaks 8 or 7 languages, I was impressed. I think it's a kind of opening your mind first. It's also being able to travel through the world, even without taking any means of transport. Being bilingual is a way of reducing distances between people, and it is really very important in our African countries where we have a lot of conflicts because we cannot communicate within ourselves. I think if we can communicate better, we can understand each other, it will be much easier for us to reduce conflicts and to live in peace. Thank you very much.
Super. Excellente réponse. La troisième question, je la pose à... je vais voir rapidement. Jumoke est toujours là? Jumoke est là? Non, elle ne réagit pas. Toastmaster Queen,
Oui, je suis ici.
vous êtes là? Je peux y
Oui,
aller en français?
anglais, s'il vous plaît.
Anglais. What are the 4 steps or things to do to learn a new language?
Hmm,
Mhm.
hmm, hmm, hmm.
Monsieur Hugues Locosat a cité pendant le panel, les échanges, les discussions, il en a parlé. Il a cité 4 choses. Qu'est-ce qu'il faut faire pour apprendre une nouvelle langue ou maîtriser une langue?
Hmm. Maybe they were speaking French when they said it, but ah,
Listening, ça c'est la
oui,
première chose. Quoi
I'll
d'autre?
pass. I'll pass.
Ah, tu passes. Bon, d'accord, c'est noté. Madame l'évaluatrice générale, j'ai posé 3 questions. J'ai eu 2 bonnes réponses.
Vous pouvez poser en anglais, s'il vous plaît.
Ah, je repose la question en anglais, c'est ça?
Oui, en anglais.
OK. La question ou le rapport? La deuxième question, la troisième question que je lui ai posée, c'est ça? Je dois poser en anglais, c'est ça?
Le what?
Je parle du rapport, je crois.
Elle parle du rapport, d'accord. I ask 3 questions. I get 2 good response, so I can say the focus of the participants are good or is good.
Okay.
C'est bon?
Yes, it's good. C'est bon.
Oui. Voilà mon rapport, Madame l'évaluatrice générale.
Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much for the evaluation. And now to the general evaluators report. So I think this has been a very beautiful start to the first meeting of the Toastmasters Club. And I loved that most of the speakers turned on their video when it was time to present. That was really good. So we could see everyone's faces and we could connect with everyone and also recognize everyone. I also loved that the panelists gave very useful tips on how to move the club forward, how to participate in a bilingual club, and how to become better at being multilingual. That was very beautiful to see. We had very knowledgeable panelists, so that was amazing. What would I like to recommend that we do better? I noticed we started late, and right now we're not doing very well with time. So I would like to recommend that next time we start right on time and everything is tested before it's 7 o'clock so we can finish early. I would also like to recommend that this is for the table topics master. I thought the table topics were a bit complicated and difficult. I would like to recommend that however, Toastmasters, because they experienced, handled the questions well. So I do commend Toastmasters for doing that. However, I would like to recommend that next time the table topics questions are a bit simpler and easy for anybody that hasn't spoken before or been in this kind of situation to easily address. I would also like to recommend that the table topics is given in both French and English, so people have the opportunity to participate either in French or English, depending on their preference. Overall, this has been really good. I love that the sessions have gone by really seamlessly, and I have gained a lot personally from this meeting. I also love the fact that we had an interpreter present in the room. So that was really a really good addition for people that might struggle with the other language. Overall, I've loved this so far and I hope to attend more of these meetings. Back to you, the Toastmaster of the day.
Okay, thank you very much, General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, and the guests. It's been a real pleasure and honor for me to be the Toastmaster of the day for this first meeting of this club. And as everyone mentions, it's been a tremendous meeting. I would like to, without further ado, hand back the floor to the President Wilfred to conclude this meeting. The time, Wilfred, if you are listening, you have the floor.
Yes, merci, Toastmaster du jour, Zachara, Yahaya. Chers collègues, please, envoyez-lui des émoticônes, des ovations, s'il vous plaît, pour cette belle prestation du Toastmaster. Merci. La gratitude est la plus belle fleur de l'âme, dit-on. Je voudrais dire tout simplement merci. Merci à chacun de vous pour avoir rendu cette session une réalité. Merci aux différents officiers du district, de club, de division, de secteur, aux collègues Toastmasters de diverses nationalités, aux panélistes, aux DTM. Merci au comité exécutif du club Les Toastmasters Multilingues. Merci à chacun de vous. Vous avez travaillé. Vous avez travaillé malgré vos multiples occupations pour que cette session puisse être aussi impressionnante. Je voudrais bien vous retrouver pour la prochaine session parce que nous tenons nos réunions les premiers et les troisièmes jeudis du mois. Cette session étant spéciale. La prochaine session sera pour le jeudi 4 septembre à la même heure, à partir de 19 h, pour une expérience encore plus palpitante. Chers collègues, je ne voudrais pas vous laisser, mais il est temps qu'on se laisse. Et Je serai ravi de vous retrouver à cette prochaine session. Et à mon coup de maillet virtuel, cette magnifique session inaugurale sera rangée dans les archives de Toastmasters International. Thank you very much to everybody. DTM Zalia, thank you for your presence.
Thank you, dear President. I wish you good luck.
Thank you. Dede Abimbola, thank you. Dede Abubakar.
Merci.